Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to talk about a topic that's a little bit, a little bit awkward. One of those subjects that nobody really wants to speak about just because it's not the nicest of topics. But regardless, honestly, I just felt that I needed to speak on this area because for a while I've been thinking about it. It's something that I have, and I caught a video the other day on Instagram by E-Man, and I thought, you know what, I really need to make this video now. So basically he was talking about the fact how, GoFundMe is not a funeral plan. Yes, you heard me. GoFundMe is not a funeral plan.
Yo, people, man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of hearing all these aunties talking about, God forbid I can't get life insurance. God forbid I can't get a will. Oh, do you want me to get a will so you can kill me? Listen, you're gonna die one day. I don't know if anyone ever told you you're gonna die one day. And that, God forbid, if you have a problem, speak to God. Because God created life and death. You're going to die. Why are we acting like we're going to live forever? You go to church, you're singing, soon and very soon. Listen, that means you're ready to die. Let alone now it's time to get life insurance, whatever. You're not getting it. Now we're doing GoFundMe. Like, GoFundMe it's not made for funeral. Like, it's for emergencies. It's for things that we can't predict. It's to support a business or send a child to university or to help. We can't just keep doing GoFundMes. Like, GoFundMes were designed for funeral plans. It's not a funeral plan. All right? Get some life insurance. Get the things put in place. Okay? Please, my people. It's time for change. Let's not rely on GoFundMes or the government or the state or gathering people, putting pressure. We don't know other people's pockets. These are things that we can plan for.
So yeah, when I watched that clip on Instagram, I was like, yeah, this is definitely a topic that's not spoken enough about. And I feel like with all the talk about, trying to build our assets and build generational wealth and like do better for ourselves, I feel like the area of life insurance is such a grey area that, a lot of people like omit to think about or getting in place because maybe they feel like, they're either too young or like, they don't really have any reason to get insurance in place because maybe they feel like they don't have dependents or, people that may need financial assistance if they were to pass away. So yeah, today I'm just here to basically talk you guys through, what life insurance is, why you may need it, and basically, some of the things that will enable you to do or provide for your family in case of, a sudden passing. Okay, so taking it back to basics, what exactly is life insurance? Right, so life insurance is basically an insurance policy that pays out if somebody is to die, is to pass away. Now, I know it's a horrible subject and it's a horrible idea, but honestly, we all know that, at some point in our lives, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Life insurance helps to minimize the impact that your death may have on your loved one. So for example, if you were to pass away, it ensures that, maybe if you had a mortgage in place or, there were certain living expenses that needed to be covered, these things would be covered even if you were to pass away and weren't able to any longer fund those things. The amount of money paid out by the policy depends on the amount of cover that you got. So for example, if you want to have got a life insurance policy that, covers £150,000, that means that at the point of death, then your policy would basically pay out £150,000. And so that money could go towards, funeral costs. It could go towards, living expenses for your loved ones and dependents. It could go towards your mortgage if you have an outstanding mortgage that still needs to be paid. You can just see the range of things that life insurance covers, and basically why it's an important thing for a lot of people to consider getting in place. As I just mentioned, life insurance can go towards paying off a mortgage, at the point of death. And to be honest, it is a big requirement for a lot of mortgage applications. So if you're going to look to get a mortgage, you'll find that a lot of lenders, a lot of banks will say that you need to get this insurance in place. And to be honest, it's really not a big deal. Like, life insurance is so affordable. It's the cost of, a meal, not even up to a meal in some cases, because you can get insurance from as low as £5 or £6. But obviously it will depend on, certain factors. So your age being one of them. The older you are, the more expensive your premiums will be. Health also has an impact on what your premiums will be, as well as, the kind of lifestyle that you live. So whether you're a smoker, whether you live like a risky sort of lifestyle and do certain things, like all these kind of factors will get taken into consideration to determine how much your monthly or yearly life insurance payments will be. Okay, so now that we have a good understanding of what life insurance is and basically, the benefits of getting it in place, I guess the next question is, do you need it? Is life insurance for me? And honestly, the answer to this question is, one, do you have any dependents? So do you have small children? Do you have, anyone that basically depends on you? It could even be an elderly family member. It could be anybody. Is there anybody that is dependent on your income to live or to sustain their life? Secondly, do you have any outstanding mortgages that need paying off? So in the unfortunate event of a death, is there a mortgage that somebody else would have to take on, or is there a mortgage that would be, left unpaid that would need paying, if you were to pass on? If that is the case, you definitely want to have life insurance in place. And as I've already said, it's a requirement of most mortgage applications for you to get this in place at the point of purchase. And finally, are you 18 years old or above? I ask this because basically it's a requirement for life insurance. You must be at least 18 years old. So now to answer this question on whether you need life insurance, the question is, if you're 18 years of age and you have any dependents or you have a mortgage, then you definitely want to make sure that you get life insurance in place. It is so, so crucial. And to be honest, guys, like even if you don't have any dependents or you don't have a mortgage, I just kind of really feel like it's something good to have, because at the end of the day, if you pass, I'm sure there's going to be a significant, impact on your loved ones and your family members, even if it's just in terms of covering funeral costs. Like, I don't feel like it's something that if you can help, you should just leave to your family members to deal with once you are gone. Like, I just feel like for the cost of it as well, like as I said, from as low as £6, like it's really not that big a deal. It's not going to affect you, it's not going to affect your pocket and how much you're able to spend in a month. Like £6 is nothing. You spend that easily in McDonald's or in a takeaway. Honestly, like it's really not that big a deal. And I just feel, for what it's worth and for the value that it can bring, I just feel like a lot more people, a lot more young people need to see the importance of having this in place and doing it ASAP. I'll be honest, I didn't get life insurance until last year when I bought my property, and that's just honestly because like I didn't really have much awareness about it and the importance of it and what what actual cover and protection it gave. So yeah, that's why I thought it was all the more important that I make this video to hopefully advise those of you who may not be aware of life insurance and the necessity of it. Right, so now let's talk about the types of cover that you can get. So first of all, you can get a level cover, and that's basically where the amount of your cover stays the same unless you decide to change it. So if you took out a policy for £150,000, it will remain at £150,000 and will pay out that much as long as you do not make any changes to the policy and you keep up with your monthly payments or annual payments, whatever, where you decide to pay for your premiums. If the policy was taken out to repay a mortgage, you need to make sure that the amount of cover actually covers the total outstanding amount of that mortgage. So let's say, you've got £200,000 left on your mortgage to pay. You want to make sure that your policy cover actually covers, at least £200,000, so that in the case of any death, that £200,000 left on your mortgage will get paid off. If any changes are made to your mortgage, so let's say for example you refinance, you take out some equity from your property, you need to make sure that that is covered and updated in your policy, basically to ensure that, again, if anything were to happen to you, your full mortgage would be paid off. So let me break that down a little bit. Let's say initially your mortgage was for £200,000, but at some point you took out some equity from the property. Let's say you took out £20,000, and therefore now you are owing £220,000 as opposed to that £200,000. You need to make sure that within your policy it is clear that you are now covering yourself for £220,000, so that in the case of a death, that £220,000 is actually available to pay off the mortgage, rather than just £200,000, which would actually no longer be enough. Now, the second and other type of cover that you can get is basically decreasing cover. And this is very similar to level cover, but the main difference is that it's mainly used to cover repayment mortgages, and therefore your amount of cover would decrease in line with the way your mortgage also decreases in value. So obviously each year as you're paying off your mortgage, the amount of mortgage or loan you have left to pay off is reducing. In the same way, the amount of cover on your insurance policy will also reduce. So let's say, for example, you took out the insurance policy this year and it was to cover a mortgage of £150,000, and then by next year you'd paid off £10,000, and therefore what was left on the mortgage was £140,000. That means your cover is now valid for like £140,000. So basically, if anything were to happen to you, they would pay out £140,000 to cover that mortgage, rather than the £150,000 that it was initially, worth. Because of this reason, decreasing cover life insurance policies are also generally cheaper, because obviously they're decreasing, so it just makes sense. As with level cover insurance though, you still want to make sure that if there are any changes to your mortgage, you want to make sure that that is also reflected in your policy. So again, if you maybe refinanced and you took out some money from the property and therefore what is owed to your bank or lender has now increased, you want to reflect that in your policy to make sure that, again, if anything happens to you, that it is covered. And so basically, your dependents and family members and loved ones don't have to worry about handling all that sort of mess. Like, everything is handled Right, so guys, in this video I did also want to talk about wills and also, you know, the importance of having a will in place as well as life insurance, but I'm just scared for time and worried that the video will be too long if I also go into talking about wills. So basically next week I'll be releasing the video talking about the importance of having a will and why you personally need to have a will in place. So anyway, that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that you found it useful. Please do let me know in the comments if you have done. And also please do let me know if you have any other topic areas that you'd like me to cover, or, you know, create a video on. Just anything. Let me know your suggestions. Let me know what you'd like to see more of. And I'll make sure I go about creating those videos for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.